Hey everyone, Mike at Back to Homesteading Off Grid, here with a video for you today about the project that I finally got started on. A shed that is going to be sitting right out here next to the RV. It will give us some more storage space and someplace that maybe is a little cooler than the house during the summer, and we can put a wood stove in so that it'll help to heat the RV in the winter. This has been about a 2-week project. You know, like the first day we spent a couple of hours and it was too hot, and same thing second day, and the third day we got a little bit better at it, and then we stopped for the week because I needed more supplies. And then yesterday we actually had a couple extra people show up so that we could get quite a bit more work done. This is going to be at least a 2-part series, and I wanted to show you the progress that we've made on each of these days. And I think I said in the videos, if you want to see me break things down into the minutia about digging the hole or preserving the posts, or right down to screwing the beams in, if you want to see that kind of information, I'd be happy to do a video on it. I figured that most of you just kind of want to see the progress and maybe get some ideas for something that you might want to build. So far we've got $1,300, about $1,300 into materials on this project, and that'll be enough to get the roof up. We'll still have to do the walls. We're going to be doing that. That's a secret. You'll have to tune in to see what we do for the walls. Not going to add a lot of cost, and a couple $1,000 for an 11 by 18. That's a lot cheaper than those little tiny houses that people buy. They buy these sheds, they're $7,000, $8,000, $10,000. They're not up to code, so you have to add money right away. They're not finished inside, so you have to add money right away. Then, if you can't afford to buy it cash, out here, they're making you rent the building that you're buying. So on top of your payment, you've got another payment because you're renting it while you're paying for it. And I think that's just a scam. You end up paying probably 15 grand for what I'm doing for under 2. So think about it. Get out your hammer and your screw gun and maybe make it yourself. You don't have a lot of skills, find a friend or a neighbor that does, that can help you with it. Compensate them however you need to compensate them, or they might just volunteer. If it's me and you need some help on something and you're in this area, be happy to help. Anyway, I'm going to go on to the clips now, and I think there's 3 or 4 clips, and then in a week or 2 I'll try to bring part 2. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and watch till the end. It's important that you see all the progress we've made, and for me, the algorithm loves it when you watch, the longer you watch. So we'll talk to you later. Enjoy the show. Okay, it looks like we're on the second morning of the build of the shed. It's a small shed, it's a pole shed. I've got a little bit of help, and we're only working a few hours a day because of the temperatures get so hot around noon or so. It's around 6:30 right now in the morning, and my help will be here in about an hour, but I wanted to show you today. Here's my 10-foot posts. You see I've treated the bottom because they're going to be going in. Show you yesterday's work. This is a couple hours worth of work. This is the 12-footer. Okay, and down there's another 12-footer. These are called batter boards, and what you do is you see the string on the ground. You tie them up to where they show the corner of the building. The corner of that cinder block is the corner of the building. I didn't film that. It's pretty boring stuff. You start out with some pins in the ground about where you want it, and then you put stakes in the ground, or in my case I put these cinder blocks, and because I was doing it myself, and so that way I could put the tape measure on and pull to get my diagonals. And I kept forgetting the theorem, the first word on that for getting your triangle. But basically, you have your width times your width plus your length times your length squared. So like this building is 11 by 18. 11 times 11 is like 121. 18 times 18, I don't remember what that is. You add the two together and I came up with like 445. And then I do the square root of 445. And that gave me my diagonals. And I got it within 1/8 of an inch. So that's good enough. It's just a pole building. And with the structure being on posts, I can do anything for infill that I want to do. We're probably going to use earth bags, and so it doesn't have to be exact. After we had these two posts in, we measured, and we were actually just a hair short of the 18 feet, but that's okay because of the infill we're using. And then up top is where I really want to work on squaring it. When I put the beams up there, try to square it out. I don't know if we can see this come back, but that was a pretty little bird there, hummingbird. But I guess he's camera shy. So anyway, rather than try to just show the whole process and speed it up, I'm just going to give you progress reports as this building goes up over the next week or two. We'll see you in the next clip. Day 2. Looks like we've got a little bit more done since yesterday. With my back and stuff and the heat, we can only work 2.5 hours or so. And it's funny, the first day we only got these two corner poles in, and yesterday, same amount of time, we got the remaining 4. They're level. Their height is pretty good. We have an 18-inch frost depth, and so we went 20 inches down, added 2 inches of gravel, compacted it, and put in a thing of concrete into each one. You can see my preservative is above ground on everything. It really 6 inches above and below ground level is where most of your rot takes place. So I think we're in good shape there. We used 6 bags of concrete, 1 on each hole, and that worked out pretty good. It was the heavier bags, the 80-pounders. So we're pretty much done with our boards, batter boards. I'm not going to take them down yet. Today we're going to get out a bubble, a water level, and we're going to put a mark about halfway up the poles, level all the way around. And then we're going to also do a tie beam across each of these on the 11-foot side, and then we're going to cut the notches for the beams and square the top of the building. So hopefully we can get that done today. Pretty sore. It's pretty hot these days. We'll see you in the next clip. Okay, here we are at day 3. Actually, it's day 4 at the beginning. We're not going to do anything today. We're actually going to take the next several days off. I've got to run and buy the rafters, and this will give us a break from the work. We're not used to working. What we did yesterday, put these bond beams across temporarily until we get the rafters on, and then if you look up here, you can see that I've got the beams. We went with a water level first thing in the morning, And we marked, if I could see it there, we marked a line on each of the posts to give us a level. If you want to see a video on water leveling, let me know in the comments. We did that, and then we actually went back with string and level, and they were within like a 30-second. Water level is a really good, inexpensive way to get a level mark, and then from that mark you can go down or go up to get an accurate level. So this was the shortest post there, and so we trimmed that one level, and then we went and we cut notches out. The boards on the outside are just holding those in place while we square the top. You know, we squared the bottom, but posts aren't necessarily straight, and so you want to also square the top when you put the rafters on. And right now I'm within 3/16, which is amazing because we just threw the beams up there. We didn't do any squaring. We didn't even measure for the you should be a foot out. Let me find one, a foot out on each side. And then what I'm going to do is this, you find it right here, we're going to cut 45-degree right there instead of doing like a ladder thing. So this is an 11 wide by 18 foot long shed, also known as an Arizona room in places like Yuma and Phoenix. It gives you kind of an outdoor space to where you have more room and you can have company, and instead of everything being done inside the RV. So again, I'll pick this up next week and we'll get these rafters on up here. I do have some extra help coming on Monday to make that go a little quicker. Hey everyone, this is morning after day 1 of week 2. We've got about 15 hours into this build now. Let me go ahead and pan around so you can see. You notice that we got the roof on. Well, not the roof, but we got the rafters up. There was actually 3 people here to help yesterday. So we had to finish squaring it off, and then we had to cut all the rafters and make sure the beams were all right. And I'm going to come back and cut the lower half of that at a 45 so that it looks good. We ended up with about a 3-foot overhang down here, which is what we wanted. That's the sunny side. And up top, oh, 1.5 feet, something like that. And so I guess technically it's kind of a pergola right now. But get hot here during the day. In between these, they're 16 on center. I'm not showing as we go because a lot of people do that and they just end up doing a fast forward through it all. If you want to see how to do some of this, the different parts of this build, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll do a mini version or something. So you see here we've got room for going out the side and also to come in here. And oh, there's a cameo by Oslo the cat. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you the update. See, all my tools are out. I didn't get things put away. It's just so hot. We're running 100 degrees during the day, and it's just pretty miserable. No work today. It's kind of going to be windy, high wind warning, and see what happens to the, if I can focus on that. Yeah, that is actually a screw tip. Twisted it right off putting these screws in. What we did is put these one screw in each one. See that there? That way when we put the sheeting on Thursday, if we need to make little adjustments, we can do that. And then we'll come back with hurricane ties for the whole thing after we're sure that everything's good and square. So thanks for watching. This is going to end part 1. It's enough time, and I will do part 2 as we continue to go, and that'll probably complete at least the top part of the build. Do a different video on how I do the walls filling in. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe and comment below and like and all that stuff. Have a great day.